All right. Hello and welcome to this episode of Boomer and Degen. I'm your host, Biz, coming at you live with co-founder Andy from Crypto Hub HQ. And we're going to talk market. We're going to talk blood on the streets. We're going to talk adapt or get slapped regardless. Anyhow, to be honest, it was lucky for me that I was busy traveling, but getting back early today. Noticed that, and I actually thought we were due for a little bounce because yesterday was not the greatest either. Only to come back and wake up from a nap to see the market down an extra couple percentage points. But
It's your fault.
poor
Your
Bitcoin.
fault.
No, you know what? I saw you post 92K, and I'm like, no effing way. I've seen a couple guys call 92K as well. But it's interesting because I never called it. But I was always sitting skeptical. But then again, I didn't have time to follow the charts this weekend as thoroughly as I would have liked. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you saw. Because I think you called it, and in fact, I think even one of your zones that you drew out, it nailed it perfectly, or very close to at least.
Yeah. It was on the cards, right? I'm not going to dwell on the market health report. It's down.
Everything. Is there any hope?
Anything. And let's look what happened. So yesterday, I shared a screenshot with Biz, right? And I'm going to take you back. I'm going to just zoom this back to here. And there was a fair value gap here at 90. And I said, we're going to hit that, right? And we're definitely going down to that because if I just replay this, let me just get rid of that. I said, we're definitely going down that. So it mitigated through that. I then changed looking very likely to looking very likely again because it just looked like everything had broken down, right? At the moment, others are down -10, but believe me, about an hour or so ago, they were down, and I've got a fly flying in front of me, they were down 13%, 14% on the day, right? Had a little recovery. But Bitcoin kind of went down almost to this. I've got an alert should it go beneath that, getting towards it again. But this was kind of predictable, right? And I've called this a Trump dump because how we didn't know this was going to happen. Like the Dow is down, right? The stock market is down.
Yeah, Nasdaq's futures are down 2.5 or 2.7%.
Right. So Bitcoin was never going to survive when those things are going down. So everything's down. I think Ethereum's like way down. They're all down, right? The entire market. There have been those that have been bucking the trends, like DF here. I've got something to show you with this in a minute. But Mask is up 5%. So we have been getting alerts showing coins that are bucking that trend. But again, even if you wanted to short things, ATA was great for shorting and longing today, right? So there's been some coins that have been very, very good for trading, and DF was one of them. And Mask was the other, I think. Yeah, because there were lots of really good moves going back down to areas you would completely expect be mitigating to the bottom of this, or coming down to the bottom of this bearish order block and jumping up. So there were very good entries to be had, and it turns out that my entry planning is so, and this is not me like blowing my own trumpet, wait till the end of the sentence. My entry planning is so spot on that it comes in and goes, like right at that entry, and doesn't have time to fill my order. So I missed out on trades because my entries, like the way I planned them, like I'm used to into here, and it really does ping pong and goes. It doesn't go slightly under it for a minute to give me a chance to enter. But yes, so there are coins bucking the trend, but to be honest, tariffs are good. So tariffs came in on Canada, Mexico, China. Canada have already responded.
I think that takes into effect on Tuesday, by the way.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. So Canada
Tuesday. Yeah, not Asia Tuesday.
Yeah, and now he's threatened tariffs against Europe. Europe are big. You know, like. So I think what's going to be happening is that people are going to be banding together to not buy American. So that can't be good for America long term, right? But anyway, this is the guy they voted for. Good luck and all that. It's over to you guys. So then we need to kind of think about the fact that the market shift to this downtrend, how long will it last, right? And we have to wait to see how the markets respond today. We're not going to know until literally tomorrow how the markets have responded. They sometimes trade contrary to what you think, right?
Yeah, true.
So we don't know. It's quite amazing when you have market crashes, people's stock price go up. So anyway, we'll see it out. But at the moment, from a trading point of view, lots of shorting opportunities. Our alerts have been going crazy with retracements and shorting opportunities and bearish fair value gaps and things like that. But we'll come to some of them. But let's quickly go to here. This obviously is down to 45. It's got to be above 75 for altcoin season. I just know we're in February now, and people were saying, oh, you know, by the end of the year, or now by the new year. You get streams going, the dip is in, and now we're going. That was before this dip. So just go with the price action. Don't listen to these people telling you alt season is here. You know, if you want to, if you've got a coin that you love, today you're getting it a lot cheaper. Buy some more. And if it goes down a bit more, just hold on, because 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you know, the market will kick in. When all of this nonsense is over with. But the fear and greed index has plummeted today. All right, plummeted. We're now in fear region. We were in greed last week. Then we went neutral. Now we're in fear. With good reason, right? People are like, oh my God, what's going to happen globally to the markets, right? As they react to the nonsense that's taking place, normally we English would say across the pond, right? I'm actually in a different part of the world now, other side of the world. So yeah, and if you look at the liquidations today, 2.23 billion wrecked over the last 24 hours. 1.88 billion longs, right? People going long, getting wrecked because the market just tanked. So what you've got to do is like keep banging on about tight stops. If you're day trading and you're using leverage even more so, tight stops, watch what you're doing, monitor a coin up and down. Don't just sit there waiting for longs in a bad market like this. If you don't know how to short, just do a bit of research and figure it out. It's exactly the opposite. You can actually reverse your chart. Think about just reversing.
Inverse it.
You can actually inverse your chart here on the right hand side here. You just go, is it invert scale?
Yeah.
I think it is. There you go. That's the reverse of it, right?
Oh, that looks not bad. Doesn't it look kind of bullish?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, really. You know, if the daily closes here, it's a good sign.
Yeah. So that, you know, you kind of get used to shorting, but it literally is the other way up. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. So yes, you know, but just watch those stops, because, you know, if you're going long right now, the market can turn against you. But because we go to the 15-minute and look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's been going down, up a bit, down, up a bit, down, up a bit, down, up a bit, down, up, down a bit, up, down a bit, up, down a bit.
Yeah.
And what happens with the alts is they're 3 or 4 times that move. So if that move in Bitcoin is 0.5%, then you've got maybe 4 or 5% now. You've got a tight stop and you've just gone in. You're going to get stopped out if that starts turning against you. So always keep your eye on Bitcoin. You know, just do that. Now I'm going to bring you back to this trade here. So everything was tanking, right? And I noticed this came in as an alert. It just absolutely leapt up. I mean, literally, no warning whatsoever. At my 9 o'clock, it just shot up a ridiculous amount, right? It went up like 27%. So like, okay, so this coin is of interest, right? And you know when it shoots up that far, it's going to come back down. Now it did retrace here, down to this level here, and again just pinged it, just pinged under it, right? And went up, and I was waiting for an entry here. And it literally, I was down on the bloody 1 minute table. And now what's interesting here is if I go to the 15 minute, notice this white line here. This white line is going across the top of the fair value gap. Now, when you go to different time frames, obviously you get more candles in 5 minutes than 15. The fair value gaps move position. But the move was so quick that regardless of going down to 5 minute, 3 minute when it appears, there it goes, and then in 1 minute, it's going a bit slow, I think, because we're sharing screen. Still the same line, right? So it's like, oh, this is really good.
Wow, you're talking about confluence, and that's where you're getting it across the board.
Is because sometimes you're going, why didn't it quite come down to my fair value gap? And then you go to a lower time frame and you realise there was a higher one.
Yeah.
Right. So this again, it's more you learn about how this stuff works. Sometimes you realise 15 minutes is not the right time frame for this particular coin right now. I need to go to 5.
Yeah.
But if you look at this, you've got 1, 3, 5, 15 minutes all on the same fair value gap. I think 1 hour was not. No, 1 hour wasn't. But if you go back down to just 1 minute for a second. Whoops, where was I? 1 minute, and let me just bring this in. I was waiting for it to go down, and I had my entry all set up, and all it did was ping in so quick. It came in for a second on 1 minute, and then in for a second on another, but not long enough to fill my order. But what was interesting was I had my profit target there. Not there. There was it? Actually, probably mitigated. But anyway, the one candle shot up. Once it did this, it shot up and went through my. Oh, that was it. That was it. There, that line. That mitigation there. So I was going after like 4.28%, and it shot up within about 7 or 8 seconds.
Wow. I know exactly how that feels. I mean, that's what happened to me with Trump when we were on that call, and then I totally missed it.
Yeah. Crazy. So I literally would have been in and out within. And I think I was trading $500, and I think it was 20x, not 40. But in any event, it would have been like $400 profit like that. So my takeaway is, because this has happened to me 3 or 4 times, is I'm going to go slightly above where I believe the ideal entry is from now on. Just a bit of miss. So I talked to you yesterday, Chris, about me tweaking my own personal approach to entries and getting a little bit more degen, right? And not much, but a little bit. So changing my name from Boomer to Doomer. Which I think would be maybe a better approach for me. So there have been trades. Let's have a quick look actually in the server. Rise fast, falling less. There's quite a few more coins coming into that now. Sui, for instance, XLM. Let's see if there's any matching bullish ones. Look at this, Cookie Uni. Let's have a look at Cookie, because I know that's on the server I use. On the exchange I use. So yes, so you see that's hard to break structure. And again, you're looking at Bitcoin, right? Let me just go back to the 15 minutes. And it's kind of mirroring Bitcoin, right? You just see that slightly bigger move, but it looks identical. So again, you've got to keep your eye on Bitcoin. What's the one that was outperforming Bitcoin? XRP. XRP USDT. So that's similar, but it's not got that extra drop that Bitcoin had, right? So it's doing a little bit better, but that's down to $2.29. That was up much higher, wasn't it? That was up at
wow. Getting XRP back at $1.80 earlier today. Oh my goodness.
$1.77.
Wow.
Yeah. $1.77. I've not even looked at ETH or Sol, the big players. So Ethereum went down to nearly $2,000.
Oh, but where's the bounce?
$2,089. It was in the same.
Goodness.
That's the 4-hour chart. So it's let me just go down 15. I'm just going to turn off.
Yeah.
Because it's there you go.
Yeah.
So one 15-minute candle, it dropped down to $2,089. So people in the know now, certain people who are helping tank the price in the first place, no names mentioned, but I do know.
Come on, spill the beans.
But I do know that the company that he owns has been buying up Ethereum like crazy.
Yep. Solana as well.
Now let me think. Tell me, it's not that hard. But yes, so you know, it's kind of predictable, right? It's not good, but it's sort of predictable. But bullish ones, Uni, I don't think we have Uni. Oh no, we do.
Yeah, Uni, for sure.
That's doing all right, right?
Yeah.
So you would expect this now, again, depending on, you know, if Bitcoin has decided to finish its move down for the day today, that would go up, come back down to a fair value gap, and then go up again, right? But don't just view this as a longing opportunity, you know, like it's about to reach the top of a fair value gap. Now, what I tend to do is, when a coin comes in, I look at, say, I put this on and go, well, what percentage am I getting for a small drop? Because sometimes the small drops in certain coins, depending on the price, you get a higher percentage, right? You don't have to wait for it to tank to get 5%. It's only a small drop. So even if you're saying, well, it's going to come down to this fair value gap, that's 2.79%. So if you're going to short it, you know, and you're going to say do it there and put a really small stop in, you could just target, like literally, whoops, my mouse isn't playing good at the moment. You could literally target that, which is 6.5 to 1 risk-reward ratio. And again, depending on what leverage you're using, if you're doing 40x, 2.5% is 100%, right? If you're doing 20x, then that's like 50%. You know, so it's so you can, again, if you're not greedy, you can get good trades even in a market like this. So you know, so you don't have to wait for the long. Is what I'm saying is you don't have to wait for it to come down here to take a trade. Are you with me? You can trade it in both directions. You can literally go, well, there you go. When it comes back down after, I'm going to short it down, long it back up. So you can do that. Keeping your eye on this fella here to see what he's doing. And at the moment, Uni is doing quite well. It's sort of just doing a better job. But if Bitcoin works again, it will come down, right? It will come down. Because even this coin is, if you go to the 4-hour chart, you know, it has
Uni looks very strong.
It does, yeah.
It's
looking good. It's looking good. So, you know, so there are lots of trades to be taken. And again, that's where these alerts come in, folks. I know you watch the stream every day, but very few of you actually come in. It's free, man. And if you're not day trading, I totally understand. But there's a lot that we can do to help you understand how to trade. So it's not just a case about the alerts. But the alerts are very, very good. And these particular alerts come in every 15 minutes when there are alerts to come in. And they just give you that heads up, right? They're like, give you time to go look at the charts. But they're very good for that. Even in terrible markets like this, they're very, very good for that. So yeah, so that's kind of, oh yeah, there is another piece of thing I wanted to show you. Somebody found an image of the original Satoshi Nakamoto website, and I just thought it was interesting, completely unrelated, but still Bitcoin, where they were swapping Bitcoin between each other when it was worth nothing. Actually, effectively trading back and forth. And I like this. From Alice, thanks for testing all that software. to Alice, minus $9.95. You know, when Bitcoin was effectively zero price. So I hope Alice kept a few thousand, whoever Alice is, and did very well out of it. But that's the kind of what they were doing. Bitcoin.org.
Wow.
Yeah, and what's interesting is if you read this, announcing the first release of Bitcoin, a new open source peer-to-peer electronic cash system that's completely decentralized with no central server or trusted parties. Users hold the crypto keys to their own money and transact directly with each other with the help of the network to check for double spending. So, you know, this was the very beginning of what we're all involved in right now. And it was, 16 years ago. Seems like it's gone so fast, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think I first found out about Bitcoin, it was about $100 or something, and I was just kind of looking at it. I was contracting at the time and stuff like that, and it's like coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Oh, 100%. Right? I would have done Facebook. I would have done Amazon. I would have done a lot of things. I would have bought Apple. I would have done a lot.
Yeah, right. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
But what can you do? So yes, that's kind of me, folks. So again, if you want to come into the server, you can find it on our website here. I don't know where with our website. No, I haven't. There's the website. You can click through to there. You can click the button at the bottom. If you want to go to our YouTube channel, go to Crypto Hub HQ. Go to playlists, and then when you go to this playlist here, these are, I'll just stop AI Andy from talking. You've got all the videos in order that teach you the trading approach that we use within Crypto Hub HQ. So that you can use them without even joining our server. Just go have a watch, check them all out, tell us what you think. So that's it, Biz. That's it.
Cool. Yeah, just want to bring up one more news. Just thought it was a really interesting tip. Or not really a tip, but the meme coin officially, the volumes of transactions has just done more than Uniswap. So we see a shift from from DeFi to meme, and so memes are actually taking over in terms of transaction volumes. And I thought that was really interesting. So no longer is DeFi on its own like the strongest use case, which is crazy. But then again, you know, where the money is at, it's in the transactions, it's in the volume, it's in these tokens where market makers can, you know, do their thing without risking it on just pure fundamentals, which is wild.
It is wild. But you know, it's that I'm called Boomer, he's called Degen. It was Degen that found that information, right?
That's Web3 though. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, by the way, and Uniswap is pumping like hard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's pumping hard.
Yeah. It's doing it on purpose because we're talking against it.
Yeah, well, let's see what Radium's doing. Yeah, you're right. Radium's not doing that.
Yeah, right. So Uniswap's going, fuck you.
Yeah, it's going. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. You know, fresh week. So happy Monday for those that are watching. And yeah, if you haven't already, give us a follow, Crypto Hub HQ. And if you have time, stop by and say hi. And we'll be in the trenches trading every single day. And we'll be back again to stream another episode. Until then, peace out.
Happy trading, everybody.